Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Imagine you're working on your e-commerce application and your manager come in and ask you, show me the cheapest product. 2 minutes later, actually, show me the most expensive one. And then show me the first product that exists in the stock. And finally, the product ID should have only one. If we have two product ID, throw an error. Do we solve all of this problem with the one LINQ method, or does the LINQ give us different tools for different problem? In this video, we are gonna to learn order by, first, LINQ, last, reverse, and element add. Let's get started. Before we jump into coding, we have to organize the LINQ operator. In C# we have two types of LINQ operator. The first one change the order of your data, and the second one you are selecting one element from your collection. Once you understand this distinction, every LINQ operator that we are gonna to cover become much easier to remember. Let's get started with the first one, LINQ operator order by. Now, it's time to talk about the first item, order by. For example, you are working on your e-commerce application and you want to show all of your products from the cheapest one to the most expensive one. In here, I have a product class and I have another class is product seeder. Here I have a method is get product. Here I have written a list of product that we are gonna to work on it. Now, in our program, first of all, I have to access all of the products. Say products. Now, the name of class is product seeder. Access the method get products. Now, here I have a list of all of my product. Now, you are gonna to show the all of product from the cheapest one to the most expensive. Now, here I say where is it? Now is the time the order by comes in, and here we say products that we have to say order by. Order by will order all of your data from the cheapest one to the most expensive one. Now, it's so important. You have to say on which item you want to set order by. For example, here I say, hey, I want to order all of my product with the price. Now, if I come here, it's so easy. If I come here and show, for example, here I want to show all of the product. Now, say item price. If I run the program, you will see all of the price from the cheapest one to the most expensive one. The first one is 70, 180, and until the 100,200. Now, you have seen that we have ordered all of the product from the cheapest one to the most expensive one. But don't forget, the order by doesn't change all the original data. It only creates a new sequence order of your collection. For example, if you order by order all of your product from the cheapest to the most. Now you want to order all of your product from the most expensive one to the cheapest one. In situation like this, you have to use descending, order by descending. This method order all of your product. For example, here I say order all of the product with the price. Order by descending will order all of my product from the most expensive one to the cheapest one. Now, if I run the program, you will see now we have the result is from the most expensive one to the cheapest one. Now, for example, your manager comes in and asks you, hey, now I don't want to see all of the price from the cheapest one to the most expensive or the most expensive to the cheapest. Now I want to see this classification on each category. For example, here if you see here I have electronic category and furniture category. For example, I want to see the order from the cheapest one to the most expensive one in the furniture category, and then I want to see the price from the cheapest to the most expensive one in the electronic category. In situation like this, some of the developers use another order by. If you use, for example, something like this, for example, say C.category. If you use this item, for example, if you use two order by or two order by descending, the second one will replace with the first one, and you cannot access this achievement. If you want to have, if you want to see this order from the cheapest one to the most expensive one in each category, you have used ThenBy. ThenBy, what does the ThenBy do? If you come here and say, hey, c dot price, sorry, c dot price. If I copy that, now first off, I want to order category. Let me change it to this. Now, in the first part here, order by, I have ordered all of the item on each category. For example, if you see, the first one is furniture, electronic. Now, or then by, order all of the item with price. For example, now I want to see in each category from the cheapest to the most expensive one. If I come here and copy this and say item dot category, you will see the output. It say electronic, then furniture. You are seeing a new sequence in each category, and after that the second category and the order from the cheapest to the most expensive. Now you can use something like this. For example, you want to order by descending, and here you also have another method. It's then by descending, and after the order by descending, we use then by descending, and it order all of the price from the most expensive one to the cheapest one. Now it's time to talk about the reverse. Some of the developer thinks that the reverse just order all of our collection in a descending, but it's wrong, because the reverse just flip the current order. It doesn't compare any value, it doesn't sort anything. It just take the first item, the last item, and make it first. For example, here the last one is monitor and the first one is laptop. If I come here and do something like this, say copy that and just uncomment that and come here, sorry. If I come here and say just reverse, because reverse doesn't take any parameter, we have to remove all of them. Products. Sorry. Item.name. If you run the program, you will see now the monitor that was the last item, we make it as a first, and the laptop was the first item, we make it as a last. If you take a look here, the laptop was the first one and the monitor was the last. Now the position completely changed. Now it's time to talk about the LINQ operator. It's time to talk about the first, single, last, and element add. Let's get started. Now it's time to talk about the first and single. It's so easy, don't worry. Here I come here and create an item result and say products.first. First syntax is so easy. In the between two parentheses you have to set one condition, because you are gonna found one of your element in your collection based on this condition. For example, here I say C, the name is equal to laptop. If I come here to the product header, you will see I have two laptops. The first come here and found all of the items that the name is laptop. The first item, the first method will do something like this. It come here and say, hey, the name is laptop. It take the first item that the condition is true for this item. Here the first record, the name is laptop. It will take this item and return that. For example, here, if I come here and say, hey, CW, and I want to show the result dot name, sorry, let me show you, because the name is laptop, let me show you the price. If I run the program, you will see the output is 1,200. If you come here, you see it take the first item, not the second item. Each row, the first row that the condition is true for this row, the first will take that and you return to you. If I come here, for example, I want to use single. I want to show you the difference. Okay, if I come here and run the program, you will get an exception. It's so important. That's the difference between single and first. For example, you have a collection and you will use first for situation. Don't forget, for situation that you have some element that they are equal. For example, I have three products that the price of all of them are, for example, 100. The first will take the first one and will return to you. But the single is completely different. You have to use single for situation that you are sure that, for example, one condition should have only one row in your collection, in your application. For example, I'm asking all of the users to register in my application, and I wanted to find the first item that the email is equal to, for example, hossein@gmail.com. Okay, for situation like this, we should only have one email with the hossein@gmail.com. If we have two email with this one, it's a bug, and this application should throw an error. We will use single for situation like this. It's so important. That's the difference between single and first. But it's so important. If I come here and I want to use first, if I change it to something like this, because I don't have any product that the name is equal to something like this, you come here, you cannot find something like this. If I run the program, I will get an exception. It's so important. That's the difference between first and FirstOrDefault. If I come here and change it to something like this, FirstOrDefault. Okay, the difference between FirstOrDefault versus first is if FirstOrDefault if it doesn't found anything, you won't get any error. It will return the default item. For example, for a reference value, it will return null, and for the value type like int, like boolean, like char, it will return the default value. For example, for number is 0. For example, boolean is false. It's so important. If I come here and if I change something to this, change it. Now, if I run the program, you will see I get a null item because the result is a custom class, and the custom class is the reference type. For situation like this, we will get null. But for example, if I in our collection all of our int, I will get an 0. Okay, it's so important. Now, for single, we also have SingleOrDefault. If in situation that we have, for example, there is no item. If we use single, we will get an exception or a bug. If it doesn't found anything, it will return the default one for a reference type. If it will get null, and for numbers, for boolean, it will get, for example, 0 and false. It's so important. Now, it's time to talk about the last. The last is completely different with the first, because the last starts the sequence from the last part of your collection. For example, you are gonna to find an item that, for example, if I come here, the price is 250. If I come here and change it to this, I want to say the price is equal to 200. Okay, if I come here and say, hey, show me the name. If I run the program, you will see monitor in the output. What happened here? If I come here, the last start the finding the item from the last part of your collection. It's so important. Okay, it's so easy. If I want to summarize this episode, I will see, hey, the difference between first, single, and last is first versus single. First, you will use it for situation that you have multiple items and you are gonna to take the first one. It's so okay. But if it doesn't find anything, the first will return an exception. Okay, but if you use FirstOrDefault, it will return null for reference type, and it will return number for value type. It will return the default item. For example, for number we will get 0. For boolean we will get false. But single is for situation that we are sure that each record condition should only have one, not more, not 2, not 3, not 0. They should only have one. It's so important. Now, if you like this video, if this video helped you to understand the difference between first, single, order by, then by, don't forget to like the video and subscribe the channel.